Hello. Whenever I go on my walks, I tend to look around a lot. I look at the building next to me, in front of me, especially if I walk past restaurants, cafes, and every time I look through the windows, I always find little moments that I want to photograph. The other day, I saw an older man eating a slice of pie and writing in his notebook. I really wish I had my camera on me, but I didn't. With that in mind, I wanted to photograph some people through windows. There were some places I wanted to go to for this. Number one was Chinatown around dinner time. And the second place, or an idea I had, was laundromats. So I wanted to go to some laundromats also at nighttime and see if I can photograph some real moments through windows. But let me just tell you right now, things didn't really go the way I wanted them to. Before all of my photo plans changed, I went to a cafe in Silver Lake, and this place surprisingly gave me a lot of photo opportunities. In general, this is a very pretty picture, but to me it seemed a little too empty. I wanted someone to stand in front of me, go through the books, or to sit on the bench and read for a little bit. As you know, the x100v and the Ricoh that I have, they both are fixed lens cameras. And recently, I've been kind of playing around with the idea of having an interchangeable lens camera. Now here's the reason why. On the left, we have the original image. Because I wanted to be a little far away from the person I'm trying to photograph, just so they don't recognize I'm photographing them and they become a little uncomfortable. In order to avoid that, I stayed far away and decided to crop in. But let's say I had an 85mm or even a 50. I think I would have achieved this picture with a little more ease. A couple of videos ago, I photographed people doing their everyday activities. Being in this space, especially after looking at this couple, it made me realize how much I love taking photos of people in their natural habitat. And I think that's something I would like to do on a regular basis. Whether I'm asking them for permission, saying, hey, do you mind if I take a picture of you? Or just taking a little sneaky picture or two of them. Now earlier I said I wished for someone to stand by the truck, but instead I got a dog, and I have to say, this was a pleasant surprise. And because I want to be transparent with you, let me show you the original. It's a good picture, but I didn't want this man's foot to be shown for free online. In order to keep everything there, minus the foot, I decided to get a little help from Photoshop and use the AI tool. There are some differences, but I gotta say, it's pretty believable. So here's where my plan of photographing people through windows just went away. I randomly got this idea to photograph a taco truck or a taco stand. I asked my Instagram followers about their favorite taco spots in LA, and somebody recommended this very specific stand. And because I've never been there and I've never been to that area in general, I decided to take my camera to see what happens. There was something about this building that I really liked. I don't know if it's the green wall against the brick wall, or this palm tree that's barely separating those two colors, or just the sunlight creating this dramatic light that I could not say no to. I am so glad I caught this moment. I originally saw the guy talking on the phone on the second floor, but as I got closer, I noticed this lady on the first floor in the liquor store, and I'm so happy I was able to capture both of them doing whatever they were doing. Now, if the lady in the liquor store was standing by the door or outside of it talking on the phone, I think that would have been a really interesting photo. Two people on different levels talking on the phone. Who knows? Do they know each other? Are they talking to each other? Or are they complete strangers doing the same activity right now? I passed this tattoo artist and I had to ask for a picture. Is this a good picture? No. This guy, he said, do you want me to do anything? And I said, no, it's okay. You can continue looking at your phone. And he said he was looking at the work of other tattoo artists. I should have asked him for a regular picture like this and then asked for a tattoo picture. What's your most recent one? What was your first one? Can I get a picture of it and can you tell me a story about it? I think that would have been a very meaningful set of images because there's a story behind it too. Now, at the cafe earlier, I talked about me maybe wanting an interchangeable lens camera. And this applies here too. Here's the original. I kind of like how there are these red and blue cars matching the barbershop awning, but that's not what I was going for. I was going for these guys, especially the guy sitting down. But because of my limitations, this is the final image, and now I'm on B&H looking for cameras. I'm not buying anything anytime soon though. I gotta really make the best out of what I have already. I took multiple pictures of the same scene because normally I would enjoy this shadow in the light picture. But on this date, for some odd reason, this is what I preferred. I think this is that one thing I truly love about photography. Although you may enjoy one style, for example, shadow in the light, but it doesn't always work out. It depends on the location, the time. There are so many factors that play into it that although you might be into one thing, you might not the next time you try to do something similar. I talked about laundromats in the beginning, and although this is not the exact shot that I wanted, while editing, I noticed this lady looking at me, and I freaking love it. You can see her face between the handles and the shoes she's wearing. Oof. I wish I got a better shot of this, but I know there's no such thing as a better version of what I already have because what I have here is so unique. It happens because I was there at that time when she was there too. But if I were to try something like this next time, it might not happen. So although this is not the exact shot I wanted for laundromats, I'm very happy with this accident here. Story time. Back when I did photography full time, I used to shoot a lot at restaurants, and I really enjoyed it. This place made me realize how much I miss doing that. The facial expressions of all the workers, the hands that make the food, and the customers who drove or walked all the way out there to have this food. It was everything I wanted to capture that night, and some more. But at the same time, I didn't get a lot of pictures. I didn't want to be that person who's clicking away and not respecting the workers and the customers who are there to enjoy their food. But here's one that I hope to capture the next time I'm here or elsewhere, somewhere similar. I share the table with the family, and typically when people think of food shot, they want something a little clean. They want the pre-bite picture. They want it from top down, from the side, gliding. But here, this is what it was. It was kind of dark, it was messy, and that's what I wanted to capture. This, obviously, I just took it, but next time I'm here, I would love to get some close-ups of hands and people smiling and talking to each other, enjoying their food. That's what I'm hoping for. I don't even know how to bring this last part up. I was not going to share this. This particular evening that I'm about to talk about, I didn't get any of the pictures I wanted. A few videos ago, I talked about wanting to photograph this liquor store sign, this big clown neon sign. But if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen that I got to see the sign in person during the day. So one night, I decided to bring my camera all the way up to North Hollywood just to take a picture of the sign. It's not a bad picture, but there is something missing. A person walking out of the liquor store, people drinking outside of it. Actually, that's public drinking. It's just something wasn't there, so I decided to play around with long exposure. But because of the traffic and the blinking sign, I couldn't time everything very well. I know I could have done double exposure to create the image I wanted, but because I'm not too familiar with that function, I decided to just keep going. And every time I tried, either the sign didn't turn on all the way, or there were no cars, there were no movement. I thought I would take advantage of this billboard next to me and do a reflection shot. Here's what I got. It's just okay. If I had a tripod on me to set the camera very still, it might have been a little better, but I didn't have anything. This is what I ended up with. I was so excited to photograph this at night, but it didn't really go the way I wanted it to. Am I still going to try to photograph people through windows? Probably. Maybe I can do something where I'm sitting inside and I'm looking outside. That could be an interesting one too. But one thing's for sure, I'm gonna practice how to use multiple exposure and hopefully I can show that off next time.